I want to tell you why almost nobody loves anybody and what real love is. Love is not merely a sentimentality. Love is not merely a feeling. In fact, love, real love, is synonymous with spirit or truth, and it's not a feeling at all, actually. And one of the things that we think love is that if I really loved you, I would do anything for you, or if I really loved you, I would try to make you better, I would try to change you. And what this has crept in is that in spiritual work, and obviously not even in personal development, we think love is trying to help people change. Or when something comes up and they have a problem, we think loving them is just solving their problem. That's not actually what love does, and that's not actually what love is. Love has only one agenda, and that is to meet you, to hold you, to help you feel seen and feel held, and then, and only then, to meet your legitimate and true needs. And what happens instead of loving is we have parts of us that we don't like, parts that we don't feel are lovable, parts that we think are unworthy. And when they come up, we use self-help and self-improvement to fix them, change them, heal them, turn that sadness into gladness, turn that frown upside down. And you know what you're doing in that moment? You are doing the opposite of love. You are reviolating those parts of you. Because the reason they're hurting is that some point in your life, you had a feeling, you had a need, you had a real need. And when you tried to express it, you got shamed, you got blamed, you got judged, or you were too afraid and you never shared it. And in that moment, that real need got turned in upon itself, and it turned into shame and pain. And it might even showed up in aberrated behavior. You acted out, and then you got punished worse. And now you've got this part of you that's stuck. And now you look at that needy part, that greedy part, that selfish part, that angry part, and you try to improve it. And you try to make it something other than it is. And once again, you make that part of you feel wrong. Once again, you make that part of you feel judged, feel shamed, feel guilty. And you add to that pain. Are you getting this? But instead, if you allow that part to come up, and you are to meet it and reparent it the way it always needed and wanted, which is, my beloved, what are you feeling? And you let yourself feel it. And then you ask that part of you, if you could have a voice, what would you say? And you let it have its voice, finally, maybe for the first time. And then you ask it, what do you want? And you really listen. And then you ask, what do you need? And as that need arises, love has only one agenda, to meet that need. It has no other agenda. It has no agenda to change you, fix you, heal you, because it already sees you as whole and complete. It only wants to meet your true need. If you do that with every part of you that arises, or every part of you you've been trying to fix, change, heal, deny, ignore, get rid of, you will redeem that part of you. You will transform and transmute that negative, dark energy into more light and more power. You will turn those devils, fallen angels, back into angels again. Because the truth is, there's nothing wrong, nothing broken, nothing missing. There's just a misunderstanding about these parts of you. And love is patient. Love has no need but to meet your need. And if you will sit with that part of you and ask it what it's feeling, ask it to give voice to it, ask it what it wants, what it needs, and then meet that need, you will reclaim all of the lost parts of you, all of the latent power within you, and then you will in turn be able to turn to anybody in your life that has been bothering you, hurting you, causing you to be triggered, and you will be able to hold them in the same way. And you will watch as they are healed, they are redeemed. Not because you tell them that they're wrong, not because you tell them what to do differently, not because you tell them anything, but because you merely meet them without agenda, hold them in that part without a need, and then ask them what they're really needing. If you're willing to do that, what I can promise is that your relationship with yourself, with others, and with the world will radically and in many cases dramatically improve. And this really is the most important work you could ever do. Because the only reason you're struggling and stumbling and suffering is because of all the parts in you you think are unlovable and all the coping and compensating mechanisms you're using to try to not feel, not be, or not let others see those. And then you're reacting to others and those parts of you and others. All outer conflict is because of the war we have within ourselves. Love, this kind of love, not a love that tries to change you, but a love that meets you, that hears you, that sees you, and that holds you. This kind of love will once and for all end the war within and ultimately end all conflict without. So I invite you to join me and be a soldier, a warrior of love. And don't meet fear, hate, or anything with anything but love. And watch as your life changes. And please share, please post, please share this with others. If there's any video I want you to share, it's this one. Share it with your loved ones. Engage with them in this process. Remember the questions. What are you feeling? What do you want? What do you need? What if there was no limitation? And what would love grant you? Practice it and watch your life change. I hope this has inspired you. I hope you feel seen today. And until next time, live authentically, love unconditionally, and follow your destiny.